Good morning, everybody. Hans Vodder here at New Life Church, Port Townsend, Washington, and we're here with another devotional thought on prayer, taken from the book An Enduring Embrace by Ms. Wadnina Ryan. Today's subject is interceding as prayer. And the accompanying verse is Job 16:20 through 21. My intercessor is my friend, as my eyes pour out tears to God. On behalf of a man, he pleads with God as one pleads for a friend. In Richard Foster's book, Prayer, he introduces the topic of intercession by saying, intercession is a way of loving others. In praying for someone else's well-being, we join our spirits with their spirits, our hearts with their hearts. We are in solidarity with them, sharing their suffering, their longings, their needs. We are expressing the truth of their value and worth. We are desiring their well-being. We are loving them. In this text, Job is telling his friends, I want God to see my tears. I need you, my friends, to also see my tears and to go to God on my behalf. The prayer of intercession requires something from us. It requires our heart. When we hear and see the news, and our hearts want to turn away from the pain and suffering we see, the prayer of intercession calls us to stay present to the pain and to pray for those who are suffering. The same is true when we hear and see the pain of those near us. Our heart may want to minimize intercession, share in this suffering for God's strength and comfort. We may wonder why we should bother praying in this way. God already knows that He does not seem to be stopping the suffering. What good does it do to pray for others? Some people may talk about intercession as if the work of intercession was the work of begging an angry, distant, demanding God to somehow behave better than this and to show some mercy and kindness. Intercession then becomes a desperate attempt to convince God to do something that giving up kind of prayer. This is the prayer of intercession. To join act for all. The loving, merciful, powerful, generous, tender God, whose work in this world is to heal and free and bless. In intercession, we join the flow of healing grace and participate in this world. When we pray, we pay attention to God's desire to heal and to free and bless. We do not need to convince God to do this. God is already at work in the world in this way. And amazingly, God invites us to join His work through intercessory prayer. Doing so opens our hearts to others. It joins us to others near and far, to their suffering, to their needs, to their value, and to God's unfailing love for them. Dear Lord, please bring our attention to our attention those for whom you would have us intercede. Give us the courage to open our hearts and our minds to their sufferings and their needs. Please help us to sit with you in spirit as you sit with them, pouring out love and compassion, bearing their burdens, carrying their sorrows. May we participate in the flow of your healing and blessing in their lives as we pray for each one. Ms. Ryan concludes the devotional by offering a prayer suggestion for further meditation. She suggests that one could sit quietly, breathing slowly and easily, asking God to open your heart and mind in love and to bring to your awareness anyone for whom God would have you intercede. Then you might allow yourself to sit with this person, in a sense, to get an idea of what they might be feeling and needing. Allow yourself then to be aware of God's active, tender love for this person, joining God's love and valuing of this person by praying for their healing, strengthening, and blessing. And I would only further add that I would add to our prayers that God would help us to keep our hearts open and to not withdraw and shy away from the pain and hurting that others might be experiencing. I know that that's all too tempting, particularly in the season where a lot of different things seem to be piling up on top of people at both an individual level and on a national level in this country. It seems like there's one crisis after another, and it can be kind of overwhelming and painful to stay vulnerable as crises seem to amount. But God's still in charge, and we need to keep our hearts open. So please join me this week in praying that God would keep our hearts tender as we intercede for each other and for our nation and the world at large. Thanks very much. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.